for those that may actually bother to look back on my channel, I did start a Fallout New Vegas playthrough a while ago. You will notice that. But along the way, after the release of the Frontier, I sort of started realizing that a lot of the stability issues I was having, a lot of the problems with crashing were actually probably my fault. I was using mods that were far too outdated, and really I should have updated it sooner. This is not going to be a playthrough. What this is going to be is I'm going to start. I figured it was worth giving it a try to do maybe some light mod reviews of newer mods as they come out, because despite popular belief, Fallout New Vegas' mod community is still quite alive, even though Nexus seems to be doing just about everything they can to kill it. But yeah, I'll throw a list of the mods that I'm using up on screen now. Pause it if you want to actually go through them, and if they're not there, then I'll probably put them in the description. Today we're going to do a actually much older quest mod that is called Autumn Leaves. And the way I'm going to be doing this with these characters here, I'll show you what I've got right now. So this is basically the gear that I have. I started the game, I went and I grabbed some guns. Got here. Which, these are weapons of the modern millennia, I believe. But they're renamed Millennia guns, and guns from another creator. I can't remember. You'll see it in the mod list. Got some basic supplies that I basically started out with. A couple stim packs. Basic other stuff. Haven't even much else here. Other armor. I've got a flashlight mod installed so that we can a proper flashlight. Be really nice. I think that's about it. This is our character. Basically what we're going with for now. I'm sure it might change as we add more visual mods over. I can't remember, what's our character's name? UG Karma was the name that I gave it. Try to give my characters as most reasonable names as possible. I believe Autumn Leaves starts. When you start the game, you'll get a broadcast. Maybe it's not an actual broadcast. I can't remember, but as soon as you open the game, you'll get a prompt that tells you that you've got a mysterious broadcast or something like that, and it'll mark this location on your map. What we got here? Walk over there. The other thing you probably noticed, I do have all the map icons unlocked, because the point of this is not that we're going to be exploring. We're going to be doing mods. So all the map markers are unlocked, so we can get around a bit easier without having to walk for a decade. And we do have hardcore mode on, so we will need food, sleep, and water. And we've got 7 strength, 7 perception, 6 endurance, and 5 of everything else. Skills, I've got some into barter. I put a little bit in the gun, some in the lockpick. Got some in repair, and some in speech. And for perks, I chose this as a trait. To destroy, I got Black Widow. However you pronounce that one, I'm not going to try. Jury rigging and mechanic. Did I get that? Oh, I forgot. I'm using Role Player's Alternative Start. So I got to choose what my character's background was off the start of the game. I chose mechanic. My character is a former mechanic. And due to that, she gets the jury rigging perk. So I can fix most of my guns with just about everything. Which will be helpful since I'm using... I don't like the look of that. I do only have 44 saves on this computer. I'm sure you guys will have noticed that, but I have played this game a lot. The first time when I first started playing it, I was really young. I was 9 when this game came out. Oh god. Holy that backflip. Okay, I'm gonna switch to my handgun. You're gonna come after me as soon as I get over here. Yes, you are. Alright. Decent start. Show you guys since we're here. Normal difficulty on hardcore mode. Yeah, I am getting a little bit of stutters here and there. I'm not entirely sure what's causing it. You guys will probably be able to see it. I highly believe it probably has something to do with the fact that my frame rate is unlocked. Usually Fallout New Vegas is locked to 60 FPS. I'm running over 100 right now. But If it becomes an issue, I'll try to
Years
fix it.
before
But...
the
Oh!
nuclear catastrophe,
So
a
loud.
handful of
Oh, that's so
wealthy
loud.
men and women grew increasingly worried by the political unrest across their countries. Moral panic, witch hunts, and censorship spread like wildfire. This congregation, scientists, professors, artists, felt the need for a place where history and culture could be preserved, safe from those who would destroy it for its seditious content. They pooled their resources in the hopes of creating such a place, free from the volatile swing of political agenda. A vault was to be built. Within it would be enclosed the most comprehensive collection of books and holotapes in history. The project owed much to the efforts of one Professor Cartwright, who at one time worked for a certain Robert Edwin House at the Robco Company, and used his position to secure valuable contracts within Voltec. As the construction of this library began, the intellectuals gathered their private collections, hunted tirelessly for rare texts to complete them. Cartwright would oversee this process and act as the library's caretaker. When it was time, all would gather for shelter, seal the doors behind them. None of them could predict, however, that the bombs would fall so early, and when they did, Cartwright was alone in the library. The professor knew that his days were numbered. To ensure that the library would not die with him, he spent his time reprogramming his robots. The machines would ensure that the library would persevere until the world could once again take advantage of its wisdom. He would endow them with the ability to think, the ability to choose, the ability to learn. Partly because he feared the dangers that might threaten the library in years to come. Partly because as the years grew long, he needed someone, something to soothe his solitude. 200 years have passed. Far enough time for something to go wrong. Today, the courier awakens the library from its long sleep.
That was pretty awesome. I love when mods give itself a proper DLC style intro. So another thing I was going to warn about, but we kind of got thrown into that, was the fact that I am running different mic setup than I usually do. Same microphone, but usually I run a noise gate and noise suppression. I'm trying just running the noise gate without the suppression. Try and get rid of like the muffledness that tends to happen when the noise gate first opens up. I think maybe due to the suppression. That's a lot of dead. And I just realized, are there gravestones? Oh, those are actual people. Oh, they were for the robots. I was like, wait, and there's actual skeletons here.
Oh, is there somebody out there? What? A radio broadcast? So, there's still people out there fitted with a Pip-Boy, huh?
Are you the one emitting the radio signal?
Yes, we are. You're coming from a vault, aren't you? Well, I don't see why we should have this conversation through an intercom. Please, come inside. I fear I must ask you to come in alone, though. We have a strict policy when it comes to our maximum number of guests.
Glad I didn't bother to bring companions, thanks. They would have told me to fuck off. What is this strange vault? What was the quest called? Oh fuck, I forgot that breaks the sound of the door completely when you open your Pip-Boy while it's happening. What was the quest called? This? Treat me nice. What is this strange vault? Looking a little ragged up here. Oh fuck. Please no. While you're present, the machine gets on with his work as if you weren't there. Damn, the robot closer. It just looks like another Mr. Handy unit. He's particularly worn out and some wires were hanging from his left side. Oh, never mind. Mark 6 turrets. My FPS is pretty low in here. What the fuck's hiding in here? So, talk to James.
Okay, let's do this right. Greetings, I am James, Rapco Protectron Unit 13882, and personal assistant for Professor Cartwright. How may I help you?
Yes, I don't care, whatever, Robbie. What I need is a weapon, food, and medicine. What is this place?
This is the library built by the professor in the year 2072. It is one of the most extensive compilations of human knowledge in the world, provided other collections survive, of course.
What is the purpose of this place?
It serves several purposes, from educating the occasional visitor to helping the survivors, building an enlightened society, to remain a beacon of unaltered knowledge of a bygone era, and a safeguard.
Safeguard from what?
From historical revisionism, among others. The victor rewrites history. We need to ensure that the record of past events doesn't get scrapped because of fluctuating political contingencies.
Sorry to shake your tree, but there's already plenty of books outside, so what's the point of all this?
Exhaustivity. Each and every book in this place has been properly indexed and sealed in our database, dramatically reducing the risk that any part of mankind's heritage becomes lost.
I have other questions about your library.
Of course, I'd be happy to answer.
You don't mind if I stay around and look around a bit, do you?
Of course, you're welcome to use our facility. Feel free to ask Roland upstairs for a room in our living quarters. That said,
Ask
you should
Roland
know there are
upstairs
some
for a
general
room.
rules you must observe during your stay here.
Which are...
Treat the facility with respect. As long as your actions do not threaten our collection, no harm should come to you.
That's some pretty vague rules of procedure. I'll keep that in mind.
Sorry, I know I just dumped that on you like some kind of threat, but it really isn't. We just want your stay here to be as comfortable as possible. I'm just supposed to give all our guests a basic rundown of our rules. You know, rules and regulations. That kind of thing.
You have any visitors?
We received a fair share of guests in the past, but the last few years, not so much. It seems the Night Stalkers are roaming around, dissuading most travelers from
met them
exploring the
myself.
area.
On top of that, you're in a rather remote area. Not really, we're right next to Novak. Why don't you do something about it? You need a hand with those Night Stalkers?
I'd rather not. At least not for now.
Oh, okay. Not for now. I'm assuming that means we're gonna have to do it later. Sorry if you hear that squeaking. That's my water bottle. Bought me that bougie ass LTT. First time I actually got a water bottle and bothered to try and use it instead of just plastic bottle. Why don't you... something... no. I mean, he said he'd rather not, so let's get back to another topic. I'll ask you about something else. Who was Professor Cartwright?
Back when titles were still relevant, he was a professor at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology and Chief Science Officer.
What is this guy's pronunciation? I'm sorry, that's rude, but still.
His domain of expertise, as you surely guessed, artificial intelligence.
Robco company, like Mr. House's Robco company?
Correct. I'm not surprised he still is alive today. When our master told us about him, he was described as quite the resourceful individual.
How did he manage to build this place?
A well-planned intersection of resources, contacts, and wealth. Of course, being in close relation with Vault-Tec's brass also played in his success.
Did your master and Mr. House work together? Master and Mr. House worked together.
Yes, but I don't know the details. Our master wasn't very much inclined to talk about his former
It seems like
CEO,
whoever this is,
for some
English is
reason.
probably not his first language. So I'm not gonna take him too hard on the thing there, especially during that last sentence. He said when I was talking, I'm sorry. But there was definitely a little bit of an accent that came through, just a bit. Hard to notice sometimes. Overall, I'm good so far. Yes, whatever. how many are you? How many of you?
Machines, you mean? Quite a number, I must say. But I imagine you're asking how many of us are gifted with a personality module.
I don't like that laugh.
There's me, Helena in the
Scary.
clinic upstairs, Roland in the lounge, and there's also Arthur in the computer room.
So James, Helena, Roland, and Arthur. How do you get things taken care of?
Each of us has a specific responsibility. Helena has the final word when it comes to our guests' health. Roland takes care of logistics, and Arthur is our database. Everything in between or about the library in general falls upon me.
Seems like you've been here a long time. How come you lasted that long?
Good preparation, I guess. We have enough resources to sustain ourselves. We produce our own energy, recycle most of our scrap. Our Mr. Handy units go outside and scavenge when needed, and keep both the facility and us Protectrons in top condition.
I want to ask you something else. What's to do around here? What's there to do around here?
Besides reading, on the first level you'll find the movie theater, the reading room, the laundry, the borrowing service, and the computer room. Not that much on this one, except our database, Arthur, and he's not very responsive. On the second floor, there's a living quarters, the lounge where you'll find Roland, the cafeteria, Helena's infirmary, and the classroom. Why do we have a classroom? Don't hesitate to ask Roland for a room.
Did I just hear we have a classroom in the background of that audio? I'm guessing I'm off to visiting this facility of yours.
Wait. Now that the rules and regulations are taken care of, can I ask you a question?
Sure. Question, ask away.
I heard that the outside world is violent. Seeing you carry these weapons around, I assume you can take care of yourself out there.
What's that sound in the background?
You already killed someone, didn't you? How did it feel?
That's not an uncomfortable question at all. What do you want to know about that? And none of these seem like... Why do you want to know about
My
that?
entire existence has taken place in this library, and so I often have trouble relating to the outside world. The violence. You could say I only wish to understand it better, so I can understand our guest as well.
Yeah, I never killed anyone. Totally. We'll go with, after a while, nothing. It's a matter of survival. You're in the right to live in a violent world.
It seems like a very sad state of affairs. At least you should be safe here. Please, enjoy our facility for the time.
Because honestly, that's my view on it. Alright. Now we explore. That custom workers here all the time. Ooh. With some effort, you succeed in pushing the lid of the crate just enough to see its contents. Countless empty bottles randomly piled up here for some ulterior recycling. Despite your best efforts to find bottles, caps in this mess, they're none to be found. Where did they put those? Do not see the sign. Hey, Roland.
Oh, terrific! Daddy's boy let another bum in the door.
Wow.
Well,
Okay,
welcome to
Dick.
Library Day Roland. Don't steal any of my shit, okay? Looks like you can't read anyways, so I probably don't have much to worry
What a
about.
fucking asshole, dude. Why are you so obnoxious?
Well, it's not my fault. I had abusive parents, and they used to hit me.
You're a robot. Not here to loot anything. Oh, I kind of am. I'm not gonna. But no, I'm not here to loot
See your
anything.
pupils dilating, you filthy liar. Oh yeah, we've got 7 full books on polygraph machines alone. I may not be able to jack off, but I am smarter than you.
What
oh
the
yeah.
fuck? If I was really here to ransack this place, what would it be to you? I have nothing. No, seriously, I'm here out of sheer curiosity. I'm not interested in looting this place.
Oh, I can see your little gelatinous eyeballs darting around the room. I see you looking at all my stuff. That plant, mine. That painting, mine. That jukebox. Wanna guess? Yours or mine? Time up. It's mine.
Nothing more to say about this.
Alright, well, what else would you like to talk about? Maybe we could talk about how you're probably gonna starve to death. Did you know
I just stole all
you
your
don't
food,
eat,
so I don't think
body
so.
begins to consume its own muscle and tissue after a week or two. You'd probably eat your own shit after that point. Pretty interesting read.
Give me a room and let's be done with each other. No. You said Daddy's boy. Were you referring to James, and why?
Huh? Oh, well. When did you take an interest in the interpersonal politics of a bunch of soulless machines, huh?
Found a large quantity of open bottles. By chance, do you know where their caps
I'll
are?
give you humans this. I'm jealous of that whole disappointed look down and shake your head emote when another of your species is doing something utterly pathetic, like rummaging through another person's trash.
You left it in a box in the hallway. What did you expect?
I'd be doing that to you right now.
Where you put all those caps?
Only if you tell me what you intend.
I intend to use them as money. Outside, it is used as currency. Guess I'll be truthful.
Ha! No shit. You use trash as money? How about you give me something of actual value if you want me to share some sweet info with you? How about this? I propose a game. You give me a weapon repair kit, and I'll give you the first hint.
Actually have some of
Might
those,
lead you
surprisingly.
where the caps are.
Here's your weapon repair kit.
Excellent. So yeah, that little hint. It's time to drop the kids off at the pool.
A bathroom?
It's time to go build a log cabin. It's time to go make a deposit at the porcelain bank. You get me?
Give me a room and let's be done with each other before we go off.
You know, this is a classy establishment, not a homeless shelter for ugly, radioactive, pushy dipshits. But so be it. This is what our beloved master wanted, so I shall oblige. Here's the key to your special discount suite. I have no doubt you will feel right at home there. Oh yeah.
Courier's room key added. Sweet. Wait. Check it out in a minute. Oh, holotape. Dexter Aldridge, audio log 1. We'll listen to that in a minute after we check out our room. Might as well check it out. A lot of shit. Our room. Wow. We have something interesting to say. Oh, so we need to go talk. But first, I kind of want to see if I can find those caps. Get all this shit off the floor. Yes. Where did all the shit come from? Pressing against the keyboard, a message suddenly pops up on the screen. Ah, you're here, so shall we get started? Who or what are you? It doesn't matter who I am. The answer would be more confusing than helpful anyway. We get started with what? There's something you must find. Cartwright has something in mind for each of you guys. He has something prepared. I don't know what. Guys, you mean the robots? Yes, the robots. What is this something prepared you're asking me to find? Just get to it, okay? Can't stay too long. We'll talk later. What the fuck? Already getting into the mystery shit. That's a mine. I'm glad it was not armed. Let's get a printing card. We'll find all the printing cards. There's 50 of them. Bathroom. Well, let's explore and try to see if we can find those bottle caps that considering I'm what I broke right now. 100 caps. Motherfucker. Roland's hint. Oh, you son of a bitch. These. Roland's hint.
Good. Now we both know just how low you're ready to go for some money. Now let's see how high you can get.
High you can get. Oh, fuck. This is gonna be one of those things where I end up having to look up because I'm retarded. I'm just gonna go ahead and open it. What the fuck? Fixing things. I hear well. I don't know if that's like a literal sense, like it's up here, up in the like things in here somewhere, or if there's weed in here somewhere. Don't know. Into this audio log.
One thing is for sure. We are leaving tomorrow. Our stay here has been utterly pointless, and Knight Roger hasn't been the most helpful auxiliary. It is rather safe to say that his main preoccupations were playing the pool table and stuffing himself with pre-war food.
Okay then. Sensitive electronics. Alright, I guess we'll go talk games. Classroom. Oh, there's a tape on the floor. Oh, it's another audio log. It's the fourth one.
I can't believe this toaster has the nerve to deny us access to the living quarters on the sole ground that Roger lost both of our keys. We tried to sleep in the movie theater, but Erickson has grown so disgustingly fat from his constant binge eating that he snores when he sleeps. Even after I kicked him onto the ground. So I left him there and tried to sleep on the couch in the lounge. But as soon as I fell asleep, that toaster, Roland, began to walk across the room, singing this stupid song praising his useless spurs, that dingle-dangle or whatever they do.
Jingle
So here I
jangle,
am,
dude.
crawling under a desk in the classroom, trying to set a makeshift bed for me to cry myself to sleep. Yet, I'm wide awake, and trying to calm the down by recounting these events on a holotape. As you can hear, it works perfectly!
Pool table. Oh, it's also got like makeshift basketball hoop. I suck at throwing. A bubble gum. There does not seem to be a whole lot in here. Does that actually say something? Big Daddy Bill. I'm gonna cut my fucking tongue out because I can't speak. Big Daddy Billiards. There you go. Hey, Helena. Yes.
How may I help you?
It's distinctly more robotic. There's a plastic dino in a cage on your desk. Something is obviously eluding me.
Ah, it's a special something. I'm glad you asked. As a matter of fact, it's a symbol. Can you guess what it is supposed to represent?
Dinos are extinct. The cage symbolizes preservation of the past, just as the library. Everything is sensitive. You're... Guess this one.
Interpretation holds a lot of meaningful information. It's a very nice answer. I like it. But the fact that you chose this interpretation is what's important. And that's precisely what the dino is for me. A way of knowing our guests.
I guess that makes sense. There's nothing more after all. You're the one who chose to put it on your desk.
I am a machine. I will never understand symbols or interpret their meanings on my own. But I know humans can. But surely, you're not just here to talk about our plastic friend. How can I help you?
What kind of help do you provide?
I am programmed to treat a wide array of human traumas. Do you need treatment?
Old Toilet Pond River Tap. You name it, I'll drink it. I'm radical, like a little too rad. This wound, I figured it would continue soaking your carpet with my blood if that's okay with you. I'm not really wounded. I don't need help for now. Well, I'm assuming that's for later. Worry about that later.
So, are you getting comfortable in the library? I was wondering perhaps you could help me with something.
Sure. You can always ask.
Some years ago, 2 people came here. The first one wore some kind of purple robes. The second had heavy armor. Military.
Good.
From what I could gather, they were on some kind of scouting mission. The robed one, Dexter, really did extensive research. consulted a great deal of books but never told me what he was looking for exactly. As to whether they found something, I can't say. They stayed for 3 weeks and they were just gone.
And the part where I step in is...
I would like you to see if you can find anything out about them. They left in such a hurry that I had no time to ask what they intended to do with their knowledge of this place. Maybe they forgot something. They did not even tell me if they learned something useful.
Why don't you investigate yourself? Are you assuming they left something behind? Really that important for you to know what these strangers thought of the library? Give me something to start with.
Roland should know which room those two were occupying. There might be something there. A note, or a recording on what they thought about this place.
They did say they lost their cards in a thing, though, didn't they? Remind me, what's in it for me?
Ah, compensation. Well, there are some popular books we try to keep out of everyone's hands, mainly because their main appeal is military knowledge. And it's something we're so fond of promoting. We could print you copies if you wish.
Alright, sounds good to me. I'll see what I can do.
Good. Come back when you've found something.
Deal with the Brotherhood duo, yep, of course. I was just spoken to by a terminal, or some of the terminals fitted with the personality module. I should not tell them about that, I feel like. Remind me, what's with the Brotherhood duo politics? I'll be going now. So we need to go to the Brotherhood duo's room. I realize where I'm at. Just a little stupid, don't worry. Roland.
You need a hand or something. You know, you're lucky I don't have 6 fingers, or I'd give you 4 middle fingers instead of just 1.
Oh, fuck you too. What's the deal with Dexter and Roger guy?
Yeah, exactly. What is the deal about them?
Why didn't you let James know?
Why don't I? Because James has to learn how to let it go, buddy. Get busy living or get busy dying is one of my favorite movies used to say. You know, movies.
Can you tell me?
Yes?
Where's their room?
No.
I'm gonna drop kick this fucking robot. Where's the key to their room?
No.
Did they leave some holotape
Huh?
behind?
What was that? My hearing's getting a little fuzzy. No. Alright. Oh, I have plenty to say.
You have some kind of problem with me?
It's nothing personal. You're just ugly, that's all. And I can smell your sphincter. A dump! That's our executive suite! I'm sorry you're not pleased with the accommodations.
Live there a pack of rabid mole rats.
Just as if, my good woman, we put a lovely woman named Piper in there.
Oh god. But the toilet's clogged, the bed isn't done, and there's hair on the sheets.
Oh, maid! Maid! This lady's toilet is clogged. Oh, that's right. She's dead.
Do it yourself then, pussy lips. You're the one that manages this. Who's Piper?
Oh, well, she's one of our lovely guests that consumed almost all of the remaining food supplies and defecates in toilets that don't even flush anymore. Which I can all smell, by the way. I'm shocked.
I'm only gonna do this once. I'm required to. And watch his death and feel good about it. Dick.
What is it now, Roland?
Oh, room 5. Dexter and Roger. Room 2, skin cancer. What? Room 5 was the room they stayed in. Books. Find room 5. I don't know. What number is our room? Check. Is it? Five. Where's a fucking key? It's never allowed to be locked hard, which I never ever. Level 7 average. I will also never get that open. This one's not marked. Oh no, yeah, it isn't. Hard. This one requires key. One. It's like a community room. Wait a minute. Why were they trying to sleep in the classroom if they had like a community room here? Fuck. I don't know what the fuck to do with this dick. God, I hate Roland. He has one of those personalities that makes me feel fucking violent. Oh. Experience. Plus 5 XP. Oh my god, so much experience. I don't know what to do with it. Oh yeah, there is right there.
And with Knight Erickson on top of that. But I have good hope. I will find something actually useful down here. Finding this place is just my luck, and the perfect opportunity to shine.
Jonathan turned the page to a stranger who shared his bench and acting up in a surprising manner, rummaging nervously through his pockets until he carefully extracted a green lollipop. He then proceeded to wiggle under Jonathan's nose. "Why are you giving me this?" choked the lad. "If I'm correct, you just turned the 100th page of your book. Such things mustn't go unrewarded," said the stranger. The book described the history of an otherwise unremarkable man named Ignatius Page, notoriously known for the spectacular head injury the poor man suffered during the Civil War. During an assault, 2 pieces of shrapnel pierced Page's forehead and lodged themselves into his skull. Numerous accounts report the man regained consciousness a few seconds after the incident. Physicians examined. Wow, my brain is not working today. Physicians' examination report substantial blood loss as well as some cerebral matter. Despite the risks of worsening his conditions, the medic decided to operate him despite the lack of appropriate surgical tools. Page wasn't expected to survive. During his 3 months of convalescence, Ignatius talked in his sleep, describing accurately the pain he felt, and went to great length explaining how he couldn't possibly be alive. He would later report that he was experiencing strange out-of-body experiences, during which he regularly explored a derelict castle. Against all medical predictions, Page's wounds eventually healed and he was strong enough to come back home. Many of his close ones remarked dire changes in his behavior. Previously affable and well thought, he became rash, childish, and violent. You expect part of his brain's gone. Some months after his fits of anger and violence he would explain that he couldn't express himself any other way. He was aware he acted differently from before, but stressed that his behavior felt perfectly natural to him at the time. He did notice that people were expecting him to display his customary gentle nature, but simply didn't understand why. Yeah. All the tapes in my utility room key. Whoa. Must be where Arthur is, I'm assuming. Yes. Even before you sit down before you notice a little plate where Arthur is etched. I need can you answer me? Machine before you remain silent. Information. Silent, any way to get an answer from you. Machine remains silent. How is it you're not telling me anything?
Long ago, a young man with an extensive spiritual life made a pact with a spirit. In exchange for his ability to speak, he learned an important, fundamental secret about the purpose of man. Of course, the moment he learned this secret truth, his voice was silenced for the rest of his life. Obsessed by this knowledge, frustrated by his inability to share it, he resigned himself to live the rest of his life in isolation, years went by.
Right.
And solitude grew heavier on the man's shoulders. He felt his sanity escaping his mind, like sand slipping through clenched fingers. So he decided to carve a piece of wood with the face of people he once knew, people he remembered, people he loved. He would converse with those in hopes of preserving some last shreds of sanity. He died eventually, leaving his collection of masks behind. Some say that deep within their frame still subsists a fragment of the hermit's wisdom.
That's supposed to be referencing the robot? Like, how did you...
A hermit once learned that by asking his questions to the mountains in the correct manner, the echoes would bring him answers.
What happened to your master?
He died because his body could not withstand his own spirit, a spirit which already had great troubles withstanding itself.
What's the story behind this vault?
5 friends, caught in a diluvial rain, sheltered under a tree, and pitched some money together.
What the fuck?
One of them faced the rain to go buy an umbrella. He survived the ordeal, perhaps because he was the only one gone when the thunder struck the tree.
Lightning stuff.
A stone used to wet a flint, which was in turn used to cut.
Alright, I'm done talking to this motherfucker. Jesus Christ. Oh wait, Dexter.
He was the kind of man who praised butterflies for being gorgeous, yet crushed caterpillars out of disgust.
That kind of makes sense. That I was able to interpret. Tell me about the Piper phone.
There are 2 kinds of poisons. Those that don't kill you and make you stronger, and the others.
That made less sense. One thing I hate more than anything is when people give me shit in riddles. Utility. All caps. It seems like they've been melted together on closer to you realize that little bumps on the surface are not bubbles. They are what remains of countless bottle caps melted. Ass. Oh, is this the bottle caps we were trying to find? Fuck's sake. I hate that. Keys. Kitchen, right? Second audio log. It's a holotape then.
Aldrich here. It's about time I found something relevant to... Roger, stop frightening me like that! What is it now? Wait. You smell like cigarettes. Did you actually smoke inside the library? Are you crazy? What do you think will happen to us if those monomaniacal contraptions notice one of us is smoking in a library? Well, I don't know either. And I don't want to know. So get your shower and get rid of that filthy smell before I catch you. If their maker gave them something as useless as a personality, I wouldn't be surprised if they're also equipped with some sort of sniffing module. And even if they aren't, they really stink. So chop chop, shower.
So maybe he went to go to shower somewhere and that's where he lost the key?
Oh, recipe books on cooking radioactive dirt?
Shut the fuck up. Found the caps roll.
Congratulations on solving a riddle made for a small child.
One day, not so far from now, I'll make you regret.
Revenge, really? Don't you think you've wasted enough of your time on this vindictive... My advice? Start doing something useful with that pit...